And welcome to another edition of the Lowcountry Sports Report. And as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Justin Jarrett. What's going on, man?
Hey, great to be here, Carlo. It's been another crazy, busy week of spring sports, and things are starting to heat up. Lots of fun.
Yeah, it certainly has. And let's start right off. Let's get into some football. We haven't talked too much football, but Beaufort's got a new head coach over there.
Yeah, they do. You know, we've been kind of waiting to see what was going to happen with that. Devontae Holloman leaving a few weeks ago to go back home to Rock Hill to South Point High School. Wasn't sure what direction they would go. I heard there were a lot of applicants, and Link Lyles let me know that there were about 70 to 75 applicants. They narrowed it down and, believe it or not, made an internal hire for the second time in 2 years. They kept it inside, went with Bryce Lybrand, who was the offensive coordinator last year. Devontae brought him down from the Charlotte area to be the OC last year, did a good job there, and they really just were impressed with him in the interview process. He really sold them on his vision for the program and a whole package program. Wants to really focus on bringing some discipline and some structure. The big thing he talked to me about was just making kids earn their spot. Nothing's going to be handed to them. Doesn't matter if you're a senior, 3-year starter. You're going to have to work just as hard to get your spot, to get your uniform even. You know, if they've got some new helmets and some old helmets, the guys who are doing the right things and earning the points are going to get those new helmets. And he's really excited to be a first-time head coach, and I think the kids are excited as well to have a leader, of course, somebody they can rally around, and hopefully they can get that program going upwards.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like he's going to try to make an impact right away. But another big-time sport that's been having a lot of action, baseball.
Yeah, we've had a lot of good baseball action going.
Big series last weekend.
Yeah, you got out and saw Beaufort High again.
Yeah.
It seems like we're talking a lot about the Eagles right now at the top of the show, but they got a big win against Hilton Head when you were out there, and they went on and won 2 out of 3 in that series. The loss in the finale of that series was their first loss of the season, but they came back and shut out Bluffton High School in their first game of their series against them. So they're off to a great start in the region, kind of on top of the region, the front runner right now. So got a lot of talent over there with Ethan Graham's a great pitcher, Paul Winland, who's committed to Missouri, my alma mater.
Okay.
So they got some ball players over there, and then some of the multi-sport guys like Jeffrey Smith and Brendan Bauer Sox. They got a lot of talent, and Keith Riley's doing a good job there. Got some good teams around the county, though. I mean, Beaufort just came back and beat May River in a close game on Tuesday night. Scored 3 in the 7th to win that one. Right. Hilton Head Prep is, to me, the surprise of the area right now. We're going to have to get out and see them soon. They won 1 game last year. Former Hilton Head High coach Chris Wells came in, took over, and they are gangbusters. They're like 10-1, undefeated in region. Great turnaround there, and Wells is doing a fantastic job with that program. So got a lot of good baseball talent.
Absolutely. So as you mentioned, I was out there at the Beaufort Hilton Head game, and after the game I caught up with the Beaufort boys and just asked them some questions on the upcoming season and what their strategies and what their goals are. So we're going to take it over to Hilton Head High School right now, and we're going to catch up with the Beaufort baseball team.
It's right, Hilton Head, Bluffton, Colleton, they're all rivals. We're all close together. We see each other. Them kids play with them during the summer. And I mean, it's just a rival. We want to beat them.
Well, we've been playing against them for a long time. We know all of them. Like, we're always talking stuff back and forth. Like, it's always just something we talk about, and we really want to win these games so we can talk about it more. It really boosts our head. Like, we know what they got, they know what we got, but we know that we're better than them, and we can come out and beat them.
We like to play in the big games, and usually the rival games are big, but these games mean a lot. I
mean, that's our goal. This is region games, so we're 1 game at a time, and we come to win every game we want to play.
Our main goal is to get to state, like win all the games we can, get ourselves in a good position, and go to state.
Oh, the goals are to go to the top, state championship. That's the goal. We're a combination of everything. We got good pitching, and we hit the ball.
We've been together for a while. All of us hang out together outside of school. We know each other's families. It's a good deal.
I think it's really our pitching and defense. If our pitching just throws strikes and lets them hit the ball, we know we can make the plays, and we'll know we're scoring enough runs to win.
Well, the Beaufort boys really seem like they're going to do wonders this season, and they're going to try to keep putting on these dominating performances.
Yeah, I mean, they're off to a great start, obviously, in region play. They've got a lot of senior leadership, so that's always a benefit,
Absolutely.
but also gives a little sense of urgency. They know the window is starting to close, so they're going to have to get it done this year, and they've got great rivalry with some of those teams in the region, so it's going to be fun to see it go down the stretch.
Now let's stick to the field, but let's go to a different field. Let's go softball. What's been going on with that?
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about Battery Creek getting off to a little bit of a rough start this season. Had high expectations coming in. They played a brutal schedule coming out of the gates. Played a bunch of 4A, 5A schools. Went upstate a few times to play some top competition. Now it's starting to pay off for them.
Right.
Now they get into region play, and they come right out of the gates and have to play May River, which is really the only challenger to them in the region. And the Dolphins won both games of that series. First game they blew them out. Second game was a close one. Emily Crosby with the walk-off hit and a 3-2 win. So Battery Creek's starting to come around, and they're definitely going to be dangerous, going through the region and then getting ready for the playoffs. Then the SCISA ranks, we caught up with Buford Academy a few weeks ago, and as expected, they're having a little bit of a tough time. But one of the SCISA teams in the area, Thomas Hayward Academy, is red hot. They're undefeated. They did lose a scrimmage game before the season exhibition against May River, but since the regular season started, undefeated. They beat Buford High 4 times. They are just off and running. They've got a lot of talent over there. Ivy Bryan hitting the heck out of the ball. Gracie Wade and Danielle Dudley are great pitchers, and they've just got, every night it's like they've got 6 or 7 people with 2 or 3 hits. So they got a lot of talent over there, the Rebels.
Absolutely. It's really cool to see a SCISA school like that can compete with some of the bigger schools like Buford High and just, producing great performances and great athletes.
And Thomas Hayward's been doing that in softball for a long time. You go back and you've got, Ashley Lehman pitching there.
USCB player, too.
Yeah, went on to USCB. Now the coach is Spartanburg Methodist. So they've produced a lot of softball talent at Thomas Hayward over the years and been competitive with all the big public schools. So we'll see if they can win another SCISA state championship out there this year.
Absolutely. But Justin, I think this is going to be it for now. You're going to be back a little bit later, but we're going to take a short little break, and we come back, we're going to be joined by Park and Rec Deputy Director Matt Watts. You're watching Lowcountry Sports Report. We'll be right back.
Series. There's a smash to right field. That ball is way back. Gone. Nico Lang. So Beaufort County home run shot over the right field.
And welcome back to the Lowcountry Sports Report. And now I'm joined with Matt Watts, and we're getting ready to talk some Park and Rec sports. So how's it been, man?
It's been great, man. Spring's full steam ahead right now. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on, both youth and adult-wise.
So can you give us a little update on the sports and what's been happening right now?
Yeah, we just got started, with youth baseball and softball in Bluffton, as y'all know. Well, adult co-ed volleyball actually begins this coming week at Buckwalter Recreation Center. So got a decent-sized league. We have 6 teams with about 10 to 15 people on each team. So looking forward to that. We always have a good group of people that participate of all ages. From 18 to 60. That participate in that league. So looking forward to that, and a lot of our other sports we're just waiting to get started with soccer and flag football. So we're full steam ahead though.
Exactly. So some people may not realize, they may think that you guys only cater to like youth, but you also have both. You have adult leagues and youth leagues, both of them?
That's right, correct. Yeah, we have adult co-ed volleyball, and we have a few different seasons of adult softball as well. Hoping to start some other adult sports in the future, but as of right now, we are signing up for our adult softball spring league over in Bluffton. We play in Bluffton and Hilton Head during the spring. Right.
So now, are there any big registration dates we should keep in mind?
Yeah, actually, speaking of adult softball, registration ends this March 31st, which is this Sunday. Yeah, so any teams that want to register, that'll be the last day to sign up. We're also about to start registering for summer high school lacrosse that we have over in Buford and Bluffton for kids that are aged 14 to 17 mainly. Some 13-year-olds that are going in the 9th grade can sign up, but mainly 14 to 17-year-olds. And then we're also about to start sign-ups for our Summer Youth Basketball League. So we'll begin those on April 1st, and hopefully we'll have a ton of kids sign up both in Buford and in Bluffton.
So you guys pretty much don't stop. You have sports going 365 every day of the year pretty much.
That's right. Yeah, usually, for a lot of recreation departments, summer and winter are kind of your down months. But for us, we're usually something going on every season, every month out of the year.
So now, speaking of the summer, it's starting to get really nice out, and I'm sure the pools are starting to get really busy.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. This time of the year, everybody wants to get out and get in the water. So, we have 3 indoor pools. We have one at Battery Creek High School, one at Buford High School, and then we have our Bluffton pool that's behind MC Riley Elementary School in Bluffton. So we have a lot of stuff going on constantly at our pools. Be it individual swim lessons, group swim lessons. We have water aerobics, and then we have a boga. As I'm not sure if you heard of, but it's basically yoga on a board.
Okay.
In a pool. So we have those going on. Those are year-round activities that we have at our indoor pools. And then, as y'all know, we have one outdoor pool over here in Buford at the Lynn Brown Community Center, and that will open up Memorial Day.
Okay.
So it's right around the corner, another month and a half before it opens up.
So for the swim lessons, is this something that would a parent schedule that for their kids? Would they call you guys, or how would they do it?
Well, they can call our pool. They can call our office, main admin office, and they'll direct them to whatever pool they need to. But if you go to our website at www.bcscrec.com, you can find all of our pool phone numbers, and whatever pool suits your travel best. You can sign up for the swim lessons. They just give them a call. They'll set up the dates for you and pick out whatever date best suits the participant. You know what I mean? And for our individual swim lessons, they're usually 6 half-hour lessons are $60. If you want to do a group swim lesson, they're $90, but it's 8 half-hour lessons. So.
Perfect. So there's like different packages, I guess.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's awesome. So now let's go with lifeguards.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys do lifeguard training? Is that a thing?
We do. We always, and that's another thing you can find on our website. We do have certain times of the year and days that we do have lifeguard training. We offer it. It's usually $20 to just get your lifeguard, your entry level certification, to go through that. And then there's other tests you have to do. I think it's 3 total tests you have to do to become a certified lifeguard. But we are also always looking for lifeguards, both part-time, full-time, and seasonal lifeguards that we're looking to hire. So go to our website and you can find out all the information on what dates our pool managers have put up for their lifeguard training.
That's really a good opportunity for teens or anybody in the area. They can put that on a resume that they have experience being a lifeguard, and they'll help them get other jobs because they're already certified and stuff like that.
Absolutely. We actually have a lot of lifeguards that our pools do open up early. So there's some lifeguards that work part-time, and they come in before school begins. They're
that's perfect.
They work before early at 5 o'clock in the morning and go to school at 8:45.
All right, Matt, I think that's it for this week, but we're going to take a quick little break, and when we come back, we're going to be doing some Sand Shark Bites with Jody Vermilia. And welcome back to another edition of Sand Shark Bites. And as always, Jody Vermilia, what's going on, man?
How you doing, Carlin?
I'm doing pretty good. Nice to see you here this week.
Good to be back. Good to be feeling better. Good to be back.
Absolutely, I bet. But very busy time going on at USCB land right now.
Going on.
Oh yeah,
stuff going
golf.
Golf. So men's golf finished second in the Cape Fear Intercollegiate in Leland, North Carolina.
Big tournament.
A lot of NCAA Div 1 teams. Every one of our golfers finished in the top 10 and better. Bobby Dunphy tied for second. Jack Faraci tied for fifth. Mark Sweeney tied for seventh. Vera Pat and Jake Thomas tied for 10th. They did awesome.
That's awesome. That team, every episode, Jody, we're talking about how dominant they are and how good they are, and it's the truth. They are unbelievable, and it's really cool because you mentioned all the starting 5 finished in the top 10. all those kids this year have done something. They've all contributed. It really hasn't been like Bobby being the true number one, Jack being the true number one, Sweeney being the true number one. You know, they've all been there.
They're definitely golfing well.
They have so much depth, and that's going to be really exciting come playoffs. And, you know, they're trying to win another Sun Conference title. They're the champions from last year, and I think they got a good shot to win it again, honestly. And now women, they are currently in action, Jody.
They are at the UNC Asheville Invitational. And at last report, Blanca Porter's tied for first.
Yeah,
and
it's big
Vanessa
for her.
Schlew's in fourth.
Yeah, you know, Blanca Porter, amazing player. She had a very good last year, just a bunch of wins and a bunch of top finishes. This year, little bit of, I want to say it's struggle, just not as good as last year, but it's going to come. And if she can win a tournament here, it's going to give her so much confidence going forward, and it's going to really give the team a good chance, I think, at going all the way at Nationals in the conference tournament.
And Schlew's, as we said, has been playing well. She finished third at the Lowcountry.
Yeah, she's been great.
The team didn't play as well as they would have liked, but Schlew finished third, so that's a great tournament for her.
Absolutely. And speaking of golf, USCB's got a big golf tournament
we
they're
do.
hosting?
13th annual
Okay.
Sand Shark Fundraiser, Monday, May 20, 2019. It's going to be at the Wexford Golf Club on Hilton Head Island.
Awesome.
There's a 9 o'clock registration, tee time at 10. People can visit uscbathletics.com to find out if they want to become a sponsor or donate items to the auction. Visit uscbathletics.com for more information. It'll walk you through it.
Amazing. Now, let's go to baseball. Sport
Baseball.
that you cover, and guys, some tough luck this past weekend.
Tough weekend. They lost a 3-game series, Sun Conference series at St. Thomas. But they did come back in Game 3. They tied the game in the top of the 8th. They put a 7 spot on the board to tie the game. Ended up losing it 9-7, but they've shown a lot of heart this year. They never say die. They've got a great offense. You've got Robbie McKinney, Stephen Mojica, Papa Winty, swinging the bats well. On the pitching side, Ryan Peterson picked up a couple of big wins as a starter for the Sand Sharks. He beat Bruton Parker, and then he came back and beat number 8 Middle Georgia.
Yeah, that was definitely a big win. But as you mentioned, the hitting's been great.
Yep.
You know, there's been issues with some pitching.
Defense has been fabulous. You got Tavares Terrell at third, Malik at short, Chris Vasquez at second. They can turn it with the best of them.
Absolutely. Now, let's go to a team that really is doing it with the best of them. And that's softball.
The softball team.
Real deal,
23-5 overall, 5-3 in the conference. They just swept Thomas in a doubleheader.
Huge victory for them.
At Sand Shark Park. Big story of that weekend was Kayla Boyle tying Marissa Becker for the all-time softball hit lead. We thought she was going to break it. She did all that in the first game. We thought she'd break it in the second game. Didn't quite happen, but it'll happen.
I think a safe bet she gets.
They have an upcoming conference series against Weber. It'll probably happen during that series.
That's awesome. You know, when Kayla came in, that's a player, I got to know her family really well. Her dad, Lawrence, big fan of her, does a lot of work with her, and he had told us she's going to get that record when she was a freshman. And now it's crazy. She's tied with it, and she's about to become the hit leader. But, wonderful player.
Sloan Ducey.
Oh, man.
7 wins.
Out of nowhere.
A freshman, 7 wins. An ERA, about a half of a run. Just absolutely dominating right now for the Sand Sharks.
You know, honestly, she has to be putting herself in the conversation for Sun Conference Pitcher of the Year.
I would think so.
I mean, especially as a freshman. I mean, heck, even if she doesn't get it, look what USCB is going to have for years to come. It is pretty special and pretty amazing.
They have a special team. Bailey Wiggness in her first year ever as a head coach.
You can't ask for more than that.
No.
It's just been absolutely terrific. And so who do they have upcoming again, you said? Weber?
Weber International University.
Okay.
They have a Sun Conference doubleheader at Sand Shark Park in Hardyville. And they'll try to, solidify their hold on a showing in the conference tournament.
Absolutely. So for anybody out there, come out, watch that. It's going to be a huge tournament. They get to see you.
They may not want to see me. They might be better hearing me.
Okay, probably so. But lastly now, we have some pretty big track and field news. We're hosting a pretty big event.
USCB's been selected in partnership with the Savannah Sports Council to host the 2019 Men's and Women's Outdoor Track and Field Championships.
Wow.
That'll be at Savannah State. That'll be on April 27 and 28. So all the Sun Conference teams, over 400 student athletes, coaches, support staff will be in Savannah with USCB hosting for this big event. The ladies are trying to three-peat. The men are trying to climb back to the Sun Conference Championship. They finished second in 2018. They won it in 2017, trying to reclaim the top spot in 19.
those events are truly amazing because you get a variety of different things to watch. So, for example, you can watch the pole vaulters, you can watch throwing, or you can watch sprints. Like, it's truly amazing to cover.
They've had a great year, and they look to cap it off with a couple of Sun Conference victories.
Absolutely. And the facilities, you said it was at Savannah State, right?
Yep.
Yeah, those are amazing course, amazing facilities. It'll be a great time.
It'll be a great time.
Very busy time for us, too, but we'll get through it. But that's going to do it for us today, Jody. Thank you again,
Thanks, Carlo.
man. Absolutely.
Always a pleasure, buddy.
We're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we're going to be right here for Lowcountry Sports Report. And welcome back, Justin. This episode's been flying by, but we're not done yet. Still got some more stuff to cover. Tennis.
Yeah, tennis season's starting to heat up a little bit. We had a little heated match a couple weeks ago between Beaufort and Hilton Head High. They're big region rivals, and it went down to the last match of the night. Went to #1 doubles, so exciting one there. They were supposed to have a rematch this week, but it got rained out on Tuesday, so that one will be rescheduled. We'll have to keep an eye out for when that one's coming up, because that will be a great one. Hilton Head Prep, talking about SCISA schools, beating the public schools. Hilton Head Prep boys tennis beat Hilton Head High the other night 5-1. So pretty dominant performance by the Dolphins. They're looking like the
nice little island matchup there.
Yeah, it's always a good rivalry. Both those teams are always very strong, but Prep very good right now with a lot of the academy kids who go to school there. So they're very strong this year and looking like a potential SCISA state championship once again.
Absolutely. So now let's switch over to soccer. A lot of stuff going on in soccer this season.
Yeah, May River is looking great, undefeated both boys and girls in region play. They're off to a great start. Hilton Head High girls have gotten off to a little bit of a rough start, but they did get a win in region play in a great game against Beaufort, 1-0. Great defensive matchup. Beaufort teams are struggling a little bit right now, but hoping to get things going in region play. Bluffton boys, they took their lumps against May River, but they're looking good in region, undefeated so far, and they've got a big match coming up against Hilton Head. Bluffton girls as well got off to a good start in region play with a win over Colleton County. And Hilton Head Prep girls are looking fantastic. They're undefeated in region and just have a couple of losses to Savannah teams, so they're playing really well. And be remiss if we didn't mention Beaufort Academy. Beaufort Academy boys winning a shootout on Tuesday against Hilton Head Christian, and two defending state champion SCISA teams going head-to-head, and two teams that hope to win SCISA state titles again. So that was a great match. David Mathai, the goalkeeper for BA, a couple saves in the shootout to help them win that. So it'll be great to see them when they play again over at Hilton Head Christian Academy. That's going to be a great matchup. For sure. Now, track and field. Yeah, Beaufort High. It seems like we talk about Beaufort High track and field every week, and that's because they keep winning first place every week. They swept the team titles at the Marwin Klein Invitational at Whale Branch over the weekend. Dexter Ratliff, really the star of that one. #1 mark in the state in the discus. That guy is incredible. But Beaufort High looking very strong, and they'll be in action this weekend, Saturday at May River. May River's got about, I think, like 20 or 30 teams coming in. Going to be a huge meet out at May River High School, and going to be a lot of fun. So if you're a track and field fan, that's the place to be on Saturday. Sure. Now let's veer off a little bit and let's talk about a very cool upcoming event, and that's going to be the Special Olympics. Yeah, that'll actually be on the track at May River as well. It's the Area 8 Special Olympics. Great event. I mean, they're always looking for volunteers. I was fortunate to be able to go out and volunteer last year, and just an awesome experience to get out there and see those athletes compete and have a great time and cheer each other on. A fantastic event, and they need all the support they can get to help the athletes have a great experience. So definitely encourage you to check that out and volunteer if you can. It's definitely worthwhile. For sure. Sounds like a great time. Last thing now,
golf. We always end on golf, so let's just keep it going at this point.
At least until the Heritage is over, right? That's going to be our capper. Bunch more commitments for the Heritage, a bunch of good names. In fact, including the guy that I think I'm probably going to pick to win it, Bryson DeChambeau.
DeChambeau this year.
I just love him on that golf course.
Yep.
He's a thinking man, and it's a thinking man's golf course. He loves the angles and the geometry, and if he gets hot with the putter, I think he's a guy who can be wearing plaid at the end of the week. But
absolutely,
Patrick Cantlay, another good one who recently committed. Gosh, names are escaping me right now. It seems like they're getting all the good players that we expected to commit this year. So the field's looking really strong.
One thing with DeChambeau, which is pretty cool, is some people may know, but he made his PGA Tour debut, like as a pro, at the Heritage a couple years ago.
That's
that was
right.
the first tournament where he was able to make money.
Yeah, he played he stayed amateur, so he could play the Masters that year because he had an exemption as an amateur, so he couldn't turn pro the next week and played at the Heritage.
You know, last year he played really well. He was one of the leaders, I think, going into the weekend, and then blew up, I think, on Saturday. I think I went a little downhill from him.
He still hung in there and did pretty well, though.
He came back on the Sunday.
I think he's got 2 top 5s here in 3 starts, so he's really likes the golf course, and I think he'll win that thing before he's done. For sure.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. I'll always like the little hat he wears. He's got the little Puma thing. But, Justin, that's going to conclude it for this week. But we'll be back next week, and for all of your local sports news, you can look at locosports.com. Justin will have you covered. But until next time, I'm Carl Prusa. That's Justin Jarrett. You're watching Lowcountry Sports Report. Take care.
Hey, I'm Josh Reddick, World Series champ, and you're watching the County Channel.
I'm Dennis Adams, and this is a Beaufort County Moment. No Beaufortonian younger than 60 is likely to remember the Gold Eagle Tavern. And yet, for over 30 years, the tavern was a place for locals to brunch after church from a menu of low-country and continental dishes. From time to time, in the years between 1930 and 1961, they could steal a glance at Clark Gable and other celebrities who had checked in to enjoy the world-famous view of the river and the marshes from the terrace. The tavern's tabby foundations on Beaufort's Old Point dated back to the 1700s and can be seen even today. But developer and philanthropist Kate Gleason added the familiar round tower when she owned the property in the 1920s. The Gold Eagle name dates back to the earliest owner, Henry William de Saussure, director of the United States Mint, who authorized the first Gold Eagle dollars in the 1700s. The building was demolished in the early 1960s, but the tavern did its part to establish Beaufort's reputation among travelers the world over. I'm Dennis Adams, and this has been your Beaufort County Moment.